Hey guys, today is day 14 of trying to start my business, 30 days, where I've been really focusing on building this social media marketing idea. So I woke up this morning and I had kind of the same affirmations that today would be an awesome day, and that I would I would stay focused and that I would speak with somebody. So what ended up happening was I did the usual routine. I did the supplements and vitamins and superfoods. I had a great smoothie. That was There was a lot of different vegetables in there. It was very interesting color. It was like a yellow, because I put a lemon. Like I said, putting an entire lemon in your smoothie tastes really good. It tastes like candy, like the stuff I used to eat before, and then a little bit of the sweetness from the other fruits. But yeah, I ended up having that. I had a glass full, and I mixed that up together with some of the, I guess, cake I made. It's kind of like a cake. I put it in the microwave. It has cocoa and a lot of leftover smoothie stuff in there. I ended up taking a walk down Hutchinson and Osborne. It's funny because I've been down so many of the roads in the area that it's like there's really not a lot to explore left. I mean, I guess it's always, a new day, so you might find something different that you never saw before. But I've been down so many of those roads, and the only ones that are left are like private, and it's really questionable. Some of them are like no trespassing. I don't. I always thought roads as to be, like accessible by anybody because it's a road, and so that's what I thought. But it's not the end of the world. But I have to keep my walking in a time frame because I don't want to eat too much into the day. But I did watch some videos from FitLife. They were talking about different smoothie and juice ideas, and I did a qigong in the patio today because the gardeners were here. They were doing some things, so yeah, I feel a little bit antsy this morning, I would say, but I think I kind of did like a normal routine like I used to do before, where I was just doing the urgent stuff, turning coins into cash, and taking a look at some of the stuff to do. I cleaned up my phone so I can actually shoot some longer video, and I reduced the quality to 720p, which is still technically HD. So I'll have more room in my phone. I transferred it mostly over to the external hard drive, which is 3 terabytes, so it can handle it. But yeah, I went through some messages and deleted some messages that I was trying to communicate with some people through Facebook over the last year or so, just trying to, I guess, re-engage and see what's going on. But it's been a little bit hard with the response. Some people, they look at the message and they never respond back, and it's kind of like after a while, you keep shooting messages hoping to start a conversation, but the hardest part is recognizing, I guess, that hey, it's really up to them, because if I spend the time and I'm trying to engage with somebody, I was hoping to get the same reciprocation back, to be able to start a conversation and just catch up. But I guess it's not the end of the world, because now it's on their shoulders, to be like, hey, I'm engaging in a conversation, so am I going to hear anything back? And if they don't respond back, then, it's not my problem. I got other things to prioritize. I put a free box out, some stuff that I just realized that, I was doing so much stuff, like telling myself, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this, I guess, in the effort to just experience so many different things. But it was getting kind of stressful because I was expecting myself to do so many things and not prioritizing, like focusing on my goals. So I gave away some books, some coloring books, because I realized I think I have enough. I have enough coloring books, and some of the toys that represented, I guess, kind of death and violence. Some like the Ultraman, which to be honest is kind of a violent TV show. They're fighting and whatnot, and I got rid of some voodoo dolls. I guess they were popular before, but I'm not really into that, to be honest. Um, I don't. I guess just my mom was into that, but for me, I never really saw the interest in all this death stuff. I mean, I'm focusing on living my life. That's the main thing for me. Um, but yeah, so I ended up leaving around the same time. I made a smoothie. I put cognac, that Japanese yam cake, which actually isn't too bad in the smoothie. I didn't even notice it. I noticed mostly the sprouts, which I guess have a lot of health benefits. I put a carrot in there. I put a banana. I put in, I think, some coconut flakes, possibly. I put in another fruit, I think. Lemon. It was actually really good, pretty refreshing, not as sweet as some other ones, but very tasty. Very, very tasty. Um, I I left and I went over to Santa Ana's Fresh Mexican. That was the place that I was focused on. I went there last week and I got a vegetarian omelet with two sides of beans because today's not really a this week's not a tortilla week, so I ended up going with that. Tacos were my go-to last week, so it was kind of like my options were I guess it was like combo plate, but everything else was kind of like wheat based, not whole wheat based, so tortilla based. So I went with something that wasn't that. Um, but yeah, it was actually really good. They didn't spare the. There's definitely a lot of oil I noticed on that, especially with the refried beans, which makes it easy to scoop up, and it makes it easier to swallow because of how smooth it is. And the flavor is definitely there. There's a lot of vegetables. There's onions, bell peppers, um, mushrooms in there. So it was pretty healthy. And eggs are good. Beans are good. And I ate it out there. The communication was a little bit tricky, I would say. Um, Trying to explain why I was there and what I wanted to help out with. And I did leave my business card for the manager. So it's just optimistic, I look forward to seeing the results. There's always other places to check out on North Santa Fe. And I actually watched Instagram, a couple of tip videos, and they just talked about how you just got to stay patient and keep at it. Slow and steady wins the race. Very cliche quote. And I just got to keep building up the following, keep building up this Instagram page, and to see the fruits of my labor. I've been posting at least for the last 2 weeks very consistently. So I mean that's 2 weeks. I mean some of these guys have been doing it for a long time, and that's when they start seeing the results. I guess my hope is to see the clients. That's my main goal, is to find 2 to 3 clients. I'm very optimistic. I know that I'm helping these businesses out. I know that I'm developing a following, and I'm creating something that never existed before. Um, I'm pretty excited. I definitely love to eat food. I love Mexican food, and I just want to keep going at it to see where it goes, see where this journey takes me. And I ended up leaving. I took the Sprinter over to Escondido Transit to go back to Pacific Beach. There was a couple of markets I wanted to check out down there, especially Gelson's, for superfoods, health foods. And so I ended up taking the bus, and I was listening to Fit Life once again, and then the Instagram type tip videos and how to build foodie channels, which I'm technically am a food traveler and food blogger. Um, so yeah, I ended up taking the bus down. Um, it wasn't too bad. I kept busy with posting on Instagram. Posted two pictures. I posted description, caption, hashtags. Um, I just tagged I tagged the restaurant in there, Santa Ana's Fresh Mexican. And then I let's see, followed some hashtags and followed a couple of pages. Kind of did the usual stuff. Also did research on Portland, a couple of travel destinations in the area. There's actually some nice places. There's a lavender farm in Oregon, which I definitely want to check out. It's open. There's a blueberry patch, organic blueberry patch you can pick. There's a couple of beaches along the coast that I want to check out. There is Lake Oswego. That seems pretty cool. There's Mount Hood. It's a national park. There's a couple of trails out in Portland that I found. There was an art exhibit that's actually in Portland right now. and there's also a couple trails. There's Cathedral Park, I think it's called. There's the St. John's Bridge I want to check out. There's a couple of parks. So yeah, they're pretty much open, which is awesome. And there's a couple of hotels I might be able to stay at. Like I said, I'm very optimistic. I don't care what's going on right now, and I'm just focused on. I want to travel. Go to Portland. It's been about 3 years since I actually went last time, and I got to try a lot of different things. But I want to see what else is up there. So I did research on that. There's mostly through who tagged. It's funny thing is I checked out the Travel Portland official like tourism page, but then I checked out who tagged Travel Portland, and that's where I saw a lot of different content over the last few weeks or so actually. And that's where, of course, there's food, but I already looked at so many food places I want to check out in Portland. Food carts and American places, a couple of Mexican, and I'm really interested in checking it out. And that motions there, that desire there is like, ooh, the food. There's that desire to eat, and then there's the desire to explore. There's the desire to, just be in nature, and just I love to travel. Um, but yeah, I ended up getting down to Kearney Mesa. I took the bus over to Pacific Beach, and I walked along. I actually walked pretty far. I walked from Pacific Beach through Mission Beach and really close to Ocean Beach. So there's a great pedestrian walkway, and there's a lot of restaurants along the walkway. I passed by Belmont Park. It just felt like a normal summer day. The Belmont Park area was super busy. So many people, guys. It just felt like a normal summer day. Once I got to Mission Beach, it got quieter. I saw the Ocean Obi Pier out there. Pacific Beach was pretty busy. Got to be really careful in Mission Beach. Like the traffic is intense. I mean, there's like people on bicycles on the sidewalk. There's people on scooters. There's people jogging. There's people like crossing the street. There's cars. I almost got this car was turning corner. Almost got ran over by one. They didn't stop, but I just brushed it off and just walked along. But the shops there, it's kind of an interesting place because you have a main street almost, and you have all these tiny shops. There was a market that was selling so many different random things. It's like a liquor market, but they also had like snacks and meats and random frozen items. It's almost like they bought a whole bunch of stuff from like chain grocery stores and sell it off their shelf. A little bit pricey for me. They got a bunch of random photographs too. I didn't get that. Like I didn't get how. I mean, it's just like a random corner market. Of course, there's a couple of restaurants. By the time I got to PB, that's where it's really busy. The bars and eating locations, outdoor dining. I didn't really see too many grocery stores, to be honest, besides Jelson's, which was a good walk. I walked a lot today, guys. I got my walking in. Not only along the beach, but along the kind of main thoroughfare. Jelson's was definitely experienced. It's a very clean place. It's kind of a small location. The prices there are wow, guys. The prices are intense. It's no joke. It's no joke. The prices at Jelson's. The Lara bars were really cheap. The cheapest I've ever seen, 50 cents for coconut cream pie, which is actually great. But everything else, the price levels were like, I could get it cheaper at Sprouts, Fraser Farms, or Albertsons. Their vitamin supplement section, they got a lot of gourmet kind of like specialty stuff. I definitely want to go back to see, just like to observe a lot more and focus. It was already past 5 o'clock, so I had to get back to Escondido. But I bought some Martinelli's. Tomorrow's my birthday. And I look forward to getting younger. Like I said, my perspective is every single year I'm getting younger. I'm going back. I'm aging backwards. That perspective is the most important thing. I look at myself in the mirror. Today I'm 21 years old. And even though they say I'm going to turn 22, I'm going to be 21 tomorrow. Aging backwards. So that mind and that body connection, guys, it's real stuff. But yeah, I ended up, let's see, I took the bus back. And got to Escondido. I walked a bit in downtown Vista. It's a little bit busy. You know, you got some of the restaurants, outdoor seating. It hasn't changed too much in downtown Vista. Took my cold shower. I've been listening to some music today. 5 minute shower. I remember back in high school, did the same thing to time my showers. Haven't done that for a while actually. Easy Lover by Phil Collins. But other than that, let's see. I talked with the person at Santa Ana's. I talked with the bagging guy at Jelson's. Let's see who. I think oh yeah, I talked to the same guy I see all the time on the 306. Talked with him for a bit. I tried to engage in a conversation with some people on Facebook, but that didn't really pan out. Today, no, I didn't get any response back. I did get one response back. I'll probably be meeting a friend of mine at Oceanside Beach on possibly Thursday. Um, let's see. Any other conversations I had? On the bus. No, not too much. But yeah, I did have a conversation, as I expected. I was pretty mindful today. You know what's crazy? That I felt a lot more mindful of my present moment. Like when I was in Pacific Beach a little bit. It was mostly like when I was at Jelson's, I felt a lot more present. But I think it's just realizing that the present moment is all that there is. There is no future, there's no past. So all this stuff, like this reminiscing and this stressing about the future and the past, doesn't really matter, because all that matters is right here, right now. Nothing else exists. Really, it doesn't exist. If I don't see anything, like a news article or a video, it doesn't exist at this present moment. It's crazy. Very powerful thought, and I think that's what really opened my mind today. Just focusing in, not necessarily quieting the mind completely, but just being aware of each little thing that I see. You know, like, oh, there's a sign, there's a store, but not delving too much into story, just being aware. So that's cool. So today was a great day today, guys. Great food at Santa Ana's. Great smoothies. I've been loving just incorporating these smoothies into my diet and adding different superfoods and different fruits and vegetables. Um, I'm really excited to incorporate some more superfoods into my diet. The exercise is great, guys. Got a lot of good walking in, and just being more mindful today. Aware of my thoughts and aware of how I'm feeling. So I got to get to sleep, guys. It's already close to 10. I arrived home late because I went to Jelson's. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.